Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Andrea Giraldo. Welcome to Meetings of the Minds, brought to you by the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in partnership with BronxNet. This show was created in direct response to the COVID-19 pandemic as a way to highlight the work of our members and partners, as well as to understand the resources they have to help our community in those difficult times. So, our first guest is a seasoned cybersecurity professional. She is a hybrid infrastructure and Gen I account executive, and she joins us to highlight the services that her company, Core BTS, offers and much more. So please help me in welcoming Miss Giselle Young. Hello, Giselle. Welcome.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So let's just dive into this. Can you share a little bit with our audience your professional background? How did you decide to get into this information technology industry?
Sure, yeah, very young. I started as a computer scientist. I went into programming and years later decided to move on to an account executive role, which will now bring all of the knowledge I had from the ground up into now broadcasting it to a sales and consultative fashion.
Very good. Now, but did your education land you here?
Yes, it was a combined education, traveling and tourism, business acumen with computer science here in New York. So it was a great combination from a business acumen and IT.
And work experience, perhaps.
Very young,
right.
Yes.
So you've seen a number of subtle and drastic changes over the last 15 to 20 years. How have you managed to keep up with all of these shifts in our technology space?
Adapting is one of our natural traits as humans, and I believe that technology is one of the most challenging areas of adapting. It just changes constantly, and you just have to be able to embrace it and move with the times and adapt and have the ability to provide and teach other, or at least broadcast those changes to customers and clients.
Excellent. And can you tell us a little bit about some of the pressing challenges we face in technology and how you have adapted to them over time?
So for instance, it all depends on the challenges that COVID being one of them have changed the entire way the world looks at healthcare, technology. People now working from home. Now you have to be able to provide those changes in a nimble way. So aligning yourself with the right manufacturers, with the right solutions is important. Adapting to artificial intelligence, generative AI, it is imperative to improve quality of life today. People sometimes you find them reluctant to change. So I feel like embracing change and walking alongside with that, it's helpful, and aligning yourself with the proper and the right solution providers is very important.
Because a lot of times people hear AI and they think, oh my God, they're taking over, right?
Yes.
And it's perhaps a misconception, would you say?
It is a misconception. It is a way to improve the way of life. It is the way to get you from point A to point B with accuracy and speed to recovery, or speed to market, or speed to reduce risk. So are we fully there? No, we're not yet, but we're working our way into just improving the AI engine, and it's creating a great motion from a just one language to a multi-language ability to chatbot, to chat GPT, to be resilient, and it is becoming a worldwide solution for quality of life in the end.
Yeah, excellent. How would you describe your role as a Gen I account executive, and what sort of services do you provide your clients with?
So we provide services from the foundation, governance, risk, and regulatory awareness in order to be able to set yourself to a proper AI infrastructure. We provide hybrid layers, proper hybrid layers of infrastructure that are able to withstand what it's coming as far as data. Data obviously is the new oil. So in order to analyze this data, you have to be set up with proper infrastructure and be able to now analyze it, create reports, do predictive analytics, and create the ability to detect risk with anomaly detection and mitigate cybersecurity attacks. And that's what we do.
So if you were to put a little more color into that example for the everyday person to understand what you just said, so a more perhaps relatable example of what you do.
So it would be one of a new customer that is willing to now grow from a small business to a larger business and would like to integrate their accounting, their ability to do marketing. We can help them create a chatbot. We can help them create digital applications and reduce all of the overhead of integrating those challenges because they're disparate platforms.
So this is a customized hub, if you will, for lack of a better term from my end, where all of them can come together to enable
ease of use. And
use.
Simplify the ability to access their data.
Very cool, very interesting. So we are in the age of AI. What are some of the issues that we face from a cybersecurity point of view? Because every time I turn on the news, I hear another data breach that happened.
And it's common. We are the US and we are targeted with cybersecurity attacks. There are people outside this world that are going to school and colleges to learn how to hack. It's a course.
Oh.
So what we do here and how we protect companies is to enable AI, and not from an AI we will develop AI. We begin from the bottom, from governance, from regulatory needs. We analyze the platforms and how companies have developed their access, and we enhance it. We create a health check assessment at no cost to them as advisory boards that we have, and point out where are their weak points in order to lock those open areas and make them AI ready. But it is a slow process to become a full AI. It's a responsible act.
Yeah, and for the everyday person at home, are there any steps they can take?
Yes.
Based on your expertise?
Based on my expertise, I would not share your personal information with your regular chat GPT that you just download, and I wouldn't share your accounts or any passwords. Keep it very simple and avoid sharing information with public chat AI.
Yeah, I would assume that's not a great idea.
Not a great idea.
Okay, and if someone were looking to get into a career in your industry such as you have, are there any recommendations for breaking into information technology or anything that you can suggest? Because we do have younger viewers, so we always like to get some career advice while we have our guests.
It is intimidating when you hear generative AI, but I believe that especially for the minority community that is now investing their time in technology, and it hasn't been really it's a male-dominated community, and I feel like minorities have a great opportunity to come in and provide their knowledge. We have an RMS, which is a resource management team in our organization that is willing to accept resumes, CVs, out of college, prodigies, and we can discover the next AI, creator.
Guru.
Yes.
Yeah. Excellent, excellent. And so, where can people learn more of you and your services? If you could share, perhaps your email, your website.
Absolutely. So
LinkedIn.
Yes, I have at LinkedIn Giselle Young, and you can find me Giselle Young at corebts.com. Looking forward to helping you with any of your needs.
And the company website is?
corebts.com, and it's an NRI company. It's a Nomura Research Institute.
Very good. Thank you so much, Giselle.
Thank you.
So once again, for more on the work that Giselle Young is doing, please visit her LinkedIn at Giselle Young. That's YOUNG. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more on Meetings of the Minds on BronxNet. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Our second guest is the owner of a Mexican cuisine restaurant based in Brooklyn. She'll highlight some of the great food options that she has to offer and much more. So please help me welcome Noor Shikari. Thank you, Noor.
Thank you
Lovely
so much.
to meet you and have you.
I'm so happy to be here. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
So, can you tell us or the audience a little bit about your background and how you became a restaurateur, please?
Yes, absolutely. So I've had a couple of different backgrounds. I've always been a lover of the arts. I was a photographer, an entrepreneur, but my real passion is eating. Is food, and so
which
that
is only human, right?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. And so just loving small business and entrepreneurship, I decided to combine the two, and about 10 years ago, started a family business as a Mexican restaurant. Really trying to bring authentic family recipes into the industry. I'm originally from Chicago. We have a large, Mexican variety cuisine there. And I moved to New York about 12 years ago. And there were pockets of excellent Mexican food. And I wanted to be, one of the members of that community of bringing, the versatility, the variety, and the freshness of Mexican food to New York.
Where you didn't need a reservation, right?
Exactly, yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So what are some of the food options and what are, some of the customers' favorites, like the go-to that you're known for, or?
Yes, well, we have a couple. The unchangeable recipe that's been with us since day one is our fish taco. So we have a fried fish taco. That I think is probably definitely a customer favorite. I have, so many favorites, but our chile relleno is another favorite of mine. Really, with everything, the secret is in the sauce. So our salsas are all handmade, homemade. We don't open any cans or bottles when it comes to that. We make everything in-house. We toast our own chilies and roast our own peppers and make the salsas from there. So I think that's probably another favorite of mine and the customers is our homemade salsas.
And how long have you been open again, and location?
Yeah, so we've been open for 10 years. We turned 10 this March.
Yay!
Thank you.
Any
yes.
celebration happening for that?
Yes, we're going to have a celebration in the fall, so we're looking forward to that. And then we're located in Brooklyn, near Prospect Park, near the Brooklyn Museum of Art on Washington Avenue, right off of Eastern Parkway there.
Very cool. And the name of the restaurant again?
Yes, the name of the restaurant is Citrico.
Citrico.
Yes.
Oh, how nice.
So I was just wanting to incorporate the idea that Mexican food can be very light and fresh, and a lot of our recipes incorporate, citrics.
Yes,
Oranges, limes, al pastor with the orange, and we have a variety of, vegan and, also salad options that incorporate a lot of the citric fruits as well.
Excellent, excellent. So we have, and I'm glad that you mentioned the citrics, but with the growing community of vegans in the city, does Citrico cater to a vegan-based community, or are there any options that vegans can perhaps select at the restaurant?
Yeah, absolutely. In about 2017, we partnered with a vegan cheese shop because really our vegetarian options, what they were missing to be vegan was that dairy option, right? Not having to say leave the cheese off of the vegetable taco to make it vegan, but we wanted to be able to incorporate and make it fully vegan. And since we make everything, from scratch, we make our own vegetable stock for the soups, the caldos, the salsas. So it was a pretty easy transition to be able to provide, the growing vegan population with a lot of options. We're an all-inclusive. Right, so non-vegans and vegans can dine together and have
because
enough
what
options.
Would be a taco without carnitas?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. So, that was one of the the things that we like to promote is being able to order off the same menu, no matter your dietary restrictions or your food preferences. Absolutely.
Yeah, very cool. That's and I like how you said you're all inclusive.
Yes.
I mean, for a restaurant, that's quite unique to say that,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
But it is very clever as well.
Yeah, the cuisine, the cuisine itself is all inclusive. So we just like to highlight that.
Their
the
options.
Traditions. Yes, absolutely.
Very
Absolutely.
good, very good. So, we heard that you're partnered with organizations like Mask Hospitality in New York City, Night Market, and you participate in food festivals as well?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
how does all of this happen?
We get partnerships, inquiries with the restaurant, and as I mentioned, since we are all inclusive, we're able to cater no matter the dietary restrictions. We love, being able to provide food for festivities, large and small. That's part of what we really enjoy as well.
So catering to like offices or?
Offices, homes, festivals, as you mentioned, anything. Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool. I like that. I like that. So what advice do you have for a young person that's looking, obviously foodie now is like a big thing, right? So, and to get to have your restaurant, because some people will start with a food truck and then grow to a restaurant, but to jump into a restaurant, what advice do you have for those youngsters that are looking at this interview and thinking, oh my God, I love that. I want to get into hospitality and have my own restaurant. What words of wisdom could you share?
Absolutely. I would say, if it's a passion of yours and if there's a cuisine or a food item that, you feel really strongly about, definitely promote that. Do what you love and make sure that, everything that you do really has you know, in my opinion, a freshness aspect to it. So I would, you know, I would also be ready to work very hard.
How hard?
Very hard.
24/7.
24/7.
Yeah.
You know, and I think what makes it you know, great to have your own restaurant is to be able to work all aspects of it.
Yeah.
So really enjoy the industry, and I think that it's something that's absolutely possible.
Yeah. So, and we all know, like in recent years, the restaurant, the hospitality, food industry, whatnot, is very glamorized, right? Being a restaurant owner, a chef, and all of that. But you just mentioned something that was really interesting in working the 24/7 that we just laughed on. So for those same youngsters that are watching, what would be some of the challenges that they should be aware of when thinking of opening a restaurant?
Well, I think the challenges all range, you know, from staff, location, food cost now, and then you know,
Staff management or just having staff?
staff management,
Yeah.
just being, you know, being able to train on customer service. It's very important to be able to, you know, to provide the customer with a unique, friendly taste experience. But also, you know, what I think is a challenge at this day and age is social media and influencers and just how that drives the public to your restaurant. So really have something that's special and unique to you.
Drives and on the flip side could also hurt.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could. But I think what hurts is the lack of drive. So
Okay.
make sure that you have something that's unique to you, that can be really be highlighted. You know, that factor as to why individuals would come and dine in your establishment, because as we all know in New York, right, it's very competitive.
Yeah, how many? 40,000 restaurants? Eateries
Yeah.
is what they say. 40,000. At least last time I checked, it was like 40,000 eateries.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
there are options.
Right, there are
So
options.
you're right. To have something that will set you apart is very important. The go-to dish that we just mentioned, or being all-inclusive, which I love that term.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. So, and speaking of challenges, what did you do in order to navigate through COVID, since you were in business, but not yet like at a 10-year mark, which is a huge anniversary?
Yeah, absolutely. So in 2020, we were at about the 6-year mark almost. And the way that we navigated the pandemic was really just being very careful. You know, we were very cognizant of our staff's and our customers' health and well-being. You know, reduce staff for a small amount of time. Luckily, we're able to bring everyone back, but just managing, you know, making sure that we continued to create the same food that we did prior to the pandemic, and just rotating staff and not having too many people in the space. You know, really opening up, obviously, our deliveries, being able to get
Yeah.
out to the public since they weren't able to come to us
Adapt
for so many months.
to that.
Yeah, absolutely, adapting to that, and just having everyone's sort of safety in mind. And I think, you know, being able to make sure that we were able to get the food out was really, really important.
Now, and those deliveries still stand, or?
Yeah, absolutely, we do. We still deliver, you know, full service, dine-in, delivery, to-go, catering, absolutely.
Excellent, excellent. So moving along, can you share with us your website, your social? How do people find you?
Yeah, absolutely. So our Instagram handle and TikTok is Citrico BK. Our website is www.citricobrooklyn, all spelled out.com. And we're located again on Washington Avenue in Prospect Heights, Brooklyn.
Very cool. And can people make reservations?
Absolutely,
or?
absolutely. The easiest way to make a reservation is just give us a call. But we are on all the, you know, the reservation sites as well.
Very good, very good.
Can also just walk in too.
Walk-ins welcome.
Yes, absolutely.
Walk-ins welcome. So, as people, going just a little bit back to COVID, how does the management of the restaurant happen? Like, because in COVID we had all these sanitation, special cleaning, special this, that. How does one manage a restaurant from that angle?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, just trying to be very cognizant again of the space and the safety issues. Make sure that we aren't too many of us in the restaurant at a time during that time. Disinfecting became our new motto. And it was a little bit difficult to manage because I had 2 small children at the time and was trying to still, have the camaraderie with my staff and be present in the restaurant. But also, it was a little bit scary to have that much interaction with the public, with pickups and deliveries, and to go and then to also go home. But again, just making sure to really follow all the guidelines that were set for us in the industry, and try to be very respectful of people's health.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to, keep your restaurant afloat. I know it wasn't easy, although there were many resources out there, but, there were so many requirements and all of that it didn't necessarily help everyone.
Absolutely.
There was particularly one here in New York, Barstool, that helped a lot of the establishments. So hopefully, you were able to take advantage of something, but you are today coming into your 10th year anniversary, which is amazing.
Yes.
Right? Because not also on the other end, not a lot of restaurants, especially in New York, can thrive through COVID, come to the other side, and continue business as usual.
Absolutely. We are definitely one of the fortunate ones. And there were a ton of resources that we were able to take advantage of. And we're so thankful to still be around and to have had all the help.
I can't wait to
And
go
to our
and
customers.
try. Yes, yes, exactly. So again, for more on Citrico, visit their website at citricobrooklyn.com. Citrico, for those that don't know, Citrico, and then brooklyn.com. You may also visit them at Citrico BK on Instagram and Facebook, so you can be up to date with specials, dishes, events, and things that are going on. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. I want to thank our guests, Noor Shikari and Giselle Young, for joining us, and our viewers for tuning in and checking us out. Keep following BronxNet TV for continued coverage. If you're not a member of the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, you can visit us at HispanicChamber.nyc. Once again, that's HispanicChamber.nyc. You can also engage with us on LinkedIn and New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, all spelled out. I'll see you next time for another episode of Meetings of the Minds in partnership with BronxNet. See you next time. Ciao, ciao.